I don't even know how to start this. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel and welcome to my first YouTube video ever. So I figured that for the first video we would do a Q&A, so I went ahead and asked Instagram for a whole bunch of questions and y'all really came through. Before I get into the questions, I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of who I am in case you don't know who I am, in case you're new here, or if you do already know me, you want to get to know me a little bit more. Whatever the case may be, let's get to it. My name is Alexis. I am 29 years old. For some reason, I always forget how old I am. After I pass 25, I just forget, like I'm still 25 in my mind, but I'm really 29. My birthday is February 18th. I am a mother of 4. I have 3 girls and 1 boy. I was born and raised here in San Diego, California, and I still live here in San Diego, California. I've lived in New York and Georgia, but I always come back to the West. I don't know, something about the West Coast, I just love it here. All right, but let's get into the questions, y'all. First question is, how do you manage to stay consistent on social media with 4 kids, house duties, and a man? Now, at first, when I started social media 3 years ago, I was not consistent at all. I was never really that consistent until recently. And when I tell you that consistency is key, it is key. But to answer the question, I really just prioritize. When you really want something, you're gonna get it regardless of what you have to do. And in that case, for me, that is social media. The crazy thing is that social media is actually something that I've always wanted to do since I was like 14 years old, back in the Jenny 69, Nicole Guerrero, Kylie Bible, Nikki tutorials days. Those days, if you know, you know. I've been wanting to do YouTube since back in those days. So when I seen that people were interested in me and my life on TikTok, I just went for it. We'll also say that having my man has also helped me to stay consistent because he does work from home. So we go back and forth on the kids, on making food, on cleaning, house duties, all that. We kind of balance it out and we both share those duties, which allows me to focus on social media. Next question, do you have a boyfriend? Yes, I do have a boyfriend. I've been with him for almost 5 years. And yeah, I love him. I love his life. How did you feel about posting videos in the beginning? So when I started TikTok 3 years ago, at first it was just for fun because I was suffering from postpartum depression. So it was really just to get my mind off of life. And I feel like social media has always been something that I wanted to do. So it was kind of like normal to me. Like I was built for this, if that makes sense. I was excited. That's really how I felt in the beginning. And then when I seen that people actually were interested in me and interested in my life, that just made me more excited to keep going. Next question is, how did you and your boyfriend meet? So we actually met in middle school. We were in 7th grade. We might have been like 12 or 13 years old. It's the first day of school and I came up to him and I asked him if I can sit next to him. Like, hey, can I sit next to you? And he was like, he's a very shy person. He still is very shy. I'm the outgoing one, he's the quiet one. So we balance each other out. But that is how we met. Obviously went our separate ways, and then later on in life, we met again. Next question is, do you plan on having more kids? No, absolutely not. Children are blessings, but we already have 4 kids, 3 girls, 1 boy, and it's a handful. So I think we're good. How did you start posting, and tips on someone who wants to start posting content? Just do it. Just record, just post. That's the best advice I can give someone who wants to be a content creator, to just do it. Because you're gonna wait and you're gonna keep waiting, you're gonna keep waiting, and then by the time you know, a year goes by and you still haven't done it. But the moment you do it, you're gonna be so proud of yourself finally doing what you've always been wanting to do. Some tips that I can give you is, I would buy yourself a notebook and I would come up with some content ideas before just jumping in. Another thing that's also very helpful is having a recording schedule so you're not all over the place. So if you're a mom, you know, record when your kids are at school or when your baby's asleep. Have another question here that's kind of the same. How did you get into doing TikTok? I had postpartum depression, kind of just did it for fun, and then my account blew up so fast, so I just kind of kept doing it, and I love doing it. I love connecting with you guys. I just feel like the love that I get from people on the internet is different from people in real life, if that makes sense. It feels like genuine love. Number 1 tip is going to always be, stay true to yourself and be yourself. Do not try to mimic somebody else's content. Do not try to be like somebody else, okay? Because there's always going to be an audience for you. You might not be that person's cup of tea, but you're gonna be that other person's cup of tea. And it was really hard for me at first because I would always compare my life and I would always be like, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't have this aesthetic life. I don't have this car. I don't have this purse. I don't have this. And a lot of the times I would take a break from social media because I would feel insecure about what I did or what I didn't have or things like that. And I came to the realization that none of that matters. You just need to be yourself, and I promise you there's going to be people out there that are going to love you for who you are, because at the end of the day, all those cars and purses and money and all that, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is what you have in here. Next question is, what kind of iPhone do you have? So I have 3 phones. I have the iPhone 15, and then I have the iPhone 13, I believe, and then I have the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 is, I just have it because that's the phone that has like all my pictures on it, so I still keep it. And then my iPhone 13 was the phone that I would create content before I got this one. The only reason why I got a new phone was because of storage purposes. If you are a content creator, then you know what I'm talking about. One phone is just not enough. You need 2. Next question is, do you ever plan on cutting your hair? I get this question so much. Yes, I actually watch my videos back and I always cringe at how long my hair is. Don't get me wrong, long hair is beautiful, but my hair is overly long and it hasn't been cut in a very long time. I would say probably a year, and I always get the urge of just cutting it myself, but I don't want to do that. I want to have the experience of going in, you know, getting my hair washed, getting that great massage, and then getting my hair blow dried cut. I just need to make some time. But yes, I am definitely cutting my hair. I plan on cutting probably about 8 inches. Next question is, how did you grow your TikTok account? To be honest, I was just myself. I feel like when I really showed my raw life and my life for what it really was, and just showed people my real personality, that's when people resonated with me, and that's when my account grew. So the next question is, what are your goals for 2025? So my main goal is to build a closer relationship with God. I want to start going back to church. I feel like I have lots of faith. My faith is really big, but I just want a deeper connection with him. I want my kids to have a deeper connection with him, and my man to have a deeper connection with him. So that is my main goal for 2025. Well, definitely personal growth. I want to work on myself. I know there's a lot of things that I can work on, especially when it comes to motherhood, and I feel like all moms are like that. Like, we always have that mom guilt. Another one of my goals for 2025 is just overall health. I feel like I'm so busy all the time that I don't really ever like sit down and ask myself, like, is my health even okay? Like, I make sure that everybody else is okay, but I don't ever really make sure that I'm okay. So that's one of my goals, just to get, you know, just to go in and do all testing and just make sure that everything's okay. I do take vitamins, but I need to be more consistent with vitamins. So just overall health, you know, exercising. I don't exercise, but I am very active because I'm a mom of 4, so I'm always on the go. But actually exercising, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, just overall health is one of my goals for 2025. Another goal for 2025 is to launch my own business. This is something that I have been wanting and thinking about for so long. And I feel like at first, when I used to live at the apartment, I didn't really have the resources, as in like money, because you know it costs money to start businesses. And now that I could afford it, I'm kind of just stuck on what I want to do. I don't know what route I want to go. A beverage break because your girl is thirsty. These nails. Cheers. And I did bring a straw. Call me bougie. I just remembered, I think I forgot to put setting spray on. Oh my God. Okay, I got my setting spray because, girl, you see this beat? This has to last. I didn't do an hour beat for it to just melt off. Let's get back to the questions. Okay. Ooh, I swallowed that setting spray. Okay, how do you set up to film? Tripods, girl. I literally have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have like 5 tripods, different types of tripods. And then I have like 3 different ring lights. I can make a totally different video for you guys if you guys want me to. Just ask me and I will do it. But yes, just find yourself a spot, and definitely get a tripod. And if you don't have a tripod, listen, you can stack up some boxes. I'm actually gonna show you guys how I have this set up right here. So I have the camera on a tripod, but the table that I have the camera on was too low, and I wanted you guys to be like right here because I really just didn't want you guys to see my lonjas. So I needed you guys to be right here. But I used some shoe boxes. I'm gonna show you guys right here. So I have the table, I have the light, and then I have the shoe boxes, and then I put the tripod on top of the 3 shoe boxes. That way we can be like right here instead of you guys like down here all up in my belly, if you know what I'm saying. But I remember that before I even had a tripod, I just made it work. I would grab books. I would grab books and like I would grab books, and then I would grab like a drink or like a candle, and then I would just put my camera up. But the main thing, girly, is light. Lighting is everything. And if you had to choose a tripod or a ring light or a light, I would say to get yourself that little portable light. You can get it on Amazon or on TikTok Shop for like $10, and it's literally the best light. Okay, next question is, how old were you when you had your first child? So I was 18, and then I had her at 19. She is 10 years old now, and I'm 29, so yeah, I had her at 19. Next question is, flats or drums? I am a foodie. I like both, but if I had to pick flats or drums, I mean, it depends what kind of drums, because y'all know they be having them like big giant like steroid drums. No, I don't like those. But if it's the party wings, I probably would still pick flats though. But as far as like drums, I like the small drums, the party wings, like them big giant freaking steroid injected drums. I don't like those. Next question is, TikTok or Instagram? Guys, is that even a question? Like, is that even a question? TikTok, 100% TikTok. The girlies that know. Okay, this next question is a very personal question. It says, how much money do you make on TikTok? I'm not going to answer that question, but I will say that it drastically changed my life. Like, I am financially free. And I mean, that's it. It's start TikTok, do TikTok. If TikTok does not get banned, you better get your butt on that TikTok app and start TikTok, because it will pay off. You just have to stay consistent and be yourself. Stay consistent, be yourself. Stay consistent, be yourself. That's it. Next question is, have you ever been to an influencer event, and how did you like it? I've been invited to many events, but life and just being a mom doesn't allow me to just get up and go. So yes, I have been to one influencer event, and I don't even want to call it influencer event. It was a TikTok shop workshop. So it was more for like creators to learn on how to better their content. But I will say that overall, I really liked the event as far as like what I learned and everything like that. I will say that like when you go to these events, you really get to see people for who they are, because a lot of people act different in person. So I was able to like peep who's fake and who's not. Okay, next question is, what's your pet peeve? I wanted to say rats, but I feel like that's a phobia and a fear. I do not like rats or mice. If I see them on the TV, I will scream. I will throw up. Like, quite frankly, I do not like rats. I do not like mice. I used to live in New York, okay? And I used to walk to work. I used to work at ShopRite. And when I would walk to work, I would see these big, humongous rats. Like, this is the body, okay? The tail, like, it was just no. That's the reason why I won't live in New York again, because of the rats and the mice problem. Like, no. But back to the pet peeve. My pet peeve would be liars. I don't like liars. I feel like there's really not a reason to lie. Like, what are you lying for? Are you lying to look cool? Are you lying because you're afraid of being judged? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand the point of lying. Next question is, what's your favorite foundation? So my favorite foundation, current favorite foundation, is a Lady Gaga House Labs Triclone Foundation. Haven't tried it, definitely try it. I have very large pores. You probably can't tell, but I have very extremely large pores, and I just feel like this foundation doesn't sink into my pores. I also think it has to do with the primer that I use. I use the Smashbox primer. I really love the texture of it, and then I let it dry, and then I put my foundation on. It's not a full coverage foundation, but it's buildable, and I don't really like full coverage, so I know it might look like it's full coverage, but if you see me in person, it's really not full coverage. If you have not tried it, definitely try it. So I'm not done with all the questions, but my man did go pick up the kids. So it's getting a little rowdy in here. And mom duties, it's mom duties. Now I gotta figure out what we're having for dinner because I still haven't figured that out. Can you relate? Like, not like, why is it that that's like one of my toughest things? What are we gonna eat for dinner? Like, am I the only one that struggles with that? Like, I never know what to cook. I never know what to cook. Like, I need help. I need help. But I think I'm gonna finish off the video here, and just, if you guys want another Q&A, you guys can ask more questions in this video, and then I will do these questions with the questions that are remaining. But I don't want to make this video super long. I don't want to bore you guys out, so I'm just gonna end it off here. If you watched till the end, you are a real one. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, how do they say, y'all? Like, comment, subscribe, or is it subscribe, comment, like? No, it's don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how the YouTubers say it, but don't forget to do that. I love you guys so much, and see you in the next one.